Want to shop Walmart Black Friday deals first? Walmart Plus members get early access to our hottest deals. Join now and get 50% off a 1-year annual membership. Shop Black Friday deals first with Walmart Plus. See terms at walmartplus.com.
This is the sound of your ride home with Dad after he caught you vaping. Awkward, isn't it? Most vapes contain seriously addictive levels of nicotine and disappointment. Know the real cost of vapes. Brought to you by the FDA.
Move your career further, faster in just 2 days with a Harvard Professional and Executive Development Program. Advance your leadership skills, craft smarter business strategies, build your network, and transform how you work and think to keep your career moving forward. You'll earn a certificate and can add Harvard to your resume with Harvard Professional and Executive Development. Learn more at professional.dce.harvard.edu/Spotify.
Welcome to Book Talk for Book Talk, a literary podcast where we've been deep diving into your favorite novels. This is Jack.
And I'm Amy. And our listeners love to share their thoughts and theories via email and voicemail, so we're sharing them via our weekly mini episodes.
The views expressed by the hosts and listeners are entirely their own and in no way represent the thoughts or intentions of the original author. This podcast is a discussion shared to spark thought and conversation on the characters and themes of this novel.
Spoilers may be discussed with or without warning. Explicit language, as well as themes of sex, violence, abuse, death, and depression, will recur throughout this podcast. Listener discretion is advised.
We asked you to ask us anything because apparently we're obsessed about you asking us things.
So we're obsessed about ourselves?
We're obsessed about answering their questions.
Because we're all about fan service.
Yeah, we're benevolent podcasters. So here's our Ask Us Anything episode. Are you ready for it? Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Are you ready for it?
I know what you're doing. I'm waiting for... What am I supposed to be ready for?
I don't know. You looked very confused.
I was waiting for the
question.
Yeah, the question.
Okay. I don't know what I was waiting for. What was your favorite children's book growing up?
Oh. My father read Hands, Hands, Fingers, Thumbs by Dr. Seuss to me a lot. And he still can quote it. Because he read it to me that much.
Wow.
30-something years later, yeah.
Were you obsessed with that story, or was he obsessed with that story?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Okay.
But he claims it was my favorite.
You're like, and I hate hands to this very day. I loved The Hungry Caterpillar.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, classic.
And then, what was it, Rainbow Fish?
Mm-hmm.
Those were my jam.
Nice.
Corduroy Bear.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Loved a Corduroy Bear.
Yep.
I feel like those were all, like, textile. Like, you could touch the...
Mm-hmm. That's what made them great.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like every 90s kid grew up with those.
Same. And every 90s kid will probably grow up with those.
Probably.
This is hilarious. Can you give us a reading wrap-up? What have you been reading lately?
Oh, my...
And liking recently?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, go ahead, Amy. You share with the class.
So I'm currently listening to Praise. I forget who it's by. Sarah Kate? Is that her name?
Oh, I probably should look that up real fast.
Yep, Sarah Kate. I was right. So that is enjoyable.
So do you want to tell us a little bit about what it's...
It's
because
about...
people are just sitting here wondering, like, what's this praise book you're talking about?
It is about a man who starts a salacious players club. It's a sex club, basically. And his son's ex-girlfriend, they have an encounter. She ends up working for him because he's trying to patch up his relationship with his son. They end up in a sexual relationship. Mm-hmm. And
I believe she's his secretary.
His secretary, and she is his sub, and he is her dom.
Yep. How'd you find out about this book?
Through Jack and her Audible account.
I can't wait for the second one.
Prior to that, I was listening to a sapphic romance novel called Delilah Green Doesn't Care.
Oh.
And it's the first in a series of sapphic romance novels. And I've decided there's not enough female romance out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to figure out how to contribute. So after praise, I'm probably going to... I bought 3 novels the other day that were all female. So I'm going to like try to find time to read them and do some research.
I'm so excited for you.
I am too.
I have been reading. I was like, I want to listen to Blood and Chocolate because Blood and Chocolate was a book I read forever ago when I was in high school. It's YA, but that one's by Annette Klaus. And then I was like, I'm going to enter my werewolf era. And so I've been reading the White Wolf Prophecy series.
I did. I forgot to say I started Wolfbound.
Oh, did you see? Because you saw it on my...
Yes, I did.
And so now I'm finishing up the 4th book.
Oh my.
Yeah. It gets better.
Okay, because I was like, I got 2/3 of the way through the first book and I was like, I can't do this anymore.
But yeah, I've been doing Firebound, which is the last one, and I definitely enjoyed the progress of it. I haven't like really gone into a lot of werewolf books yet, but I feel like werewolf books have been done dirty a little bit. And I don't want to say that this author has done werewolves dirty. Technically, they're wolf shifters. But I don't know. I think there's like a certain amount of tongue in cheek that they know that they're approaching with it.
Interesting. I will have to find a different werewolf novel to make my assessment on because Wolfbound seemed like the author's fan fiction version of like, what if there was no Edward Cullen? What if it was just Bella and Jacob?
Oh. But I see what you mean, where people say that werewolf books are very Wattpad, fan fiction-esque.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed Wolfbound, and I enjoyed the White Wolf Prophecy. This is not a slander to her, but I understand why people say that about the werewolf genre in general.
Interesting.
Because it's very much like, I'm an alpha, I'm your pack leader. But I feel like Blood and Chocolate did it in such a good way that I'm just holding that to the highest standard.
Yeah.
What soup would make you go, yeah, let's fuck, Reese and Farrah style? So I'm going to interpret this question as, you are having a Reese and Farrah moment. You are about to have soup with your mate. What soup do you make?
My mother's secret recipe for cream of potato soup.
So nothing gets you more hot and bothered than your mother's recipe.
I'm sorry. I fucking love that soup.
It's good soup.
It's good soup.
Good soup.
I would make it for my mate so that he would want to, or she would want to fuck me.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, okay. That's fair. That's your like, I got you soup.
Yeah.
There was this carrot and ginger soup from, remember Wanderlust in Hollywood? Mm-hmm. I loved that place. And they had a chef that used to work there, and he made a carrot and ginger soup. And I've never had a carrot and ginger soup as good as that soup. I still think about that soup today. He would be my mate. He'd make me that soup. I go, yes, please. Can you please do the entire SJM unit multiverse, please?
One day.
One day.
I mean, we're starting Crescent City soon, so that's a step in the right direction.
Then this goes into the next question. I'm dying for Silver Flames episodes.
You will have to wait.
Yeah. It's, you know what? Rain check on that.
We will get around to it.
Yeah.
It is on our plan.
I love the way you say that. Like, you say it with such confidence. Not that we will get around to it, but it's like, the way you said it made it feel like there was a date given. But there wasn't.
Oh, no.
No.
But
we'll get around to it.
We've got 3 Crescent City books to get through. And have you seen how long those things are?
They're hefty.
Yeah. Listening to it is one thing. Reading it, I understand why people struggle because there's so much content and it's
a lot.
I'm only on page 350 and it goes to 800.
Yeah, and we're like, we're still world building.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Fall has officially started here in Los Angeles, and that means we finally get to do fall activities.
I have been counting down the days for when I can go to pumpkin patches, maybe even hit up an apple orchard, and I get to do all of it looking super cute in my Quince boyfriend sweater.
This weather is perfect for my dark academia vibes, and I'm so excited to bust out my washable silk blouse because you know I'm going to be taking pictures.
Quince is known for their Mongolian cashmere sweaters from $50. And that's not all. Quince has so many other amazing things on their website.
All of those items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands.
That includes leather jackets, cotton cardigans, soft denim. Like, my entire fall wardrobe is genuinely turning into Quince wardrobe.
By partnering directly with top factories and cutting out the cost of the middleman, we get savings as the customer.
One of my favorite parts about Quince is the fact that they only work with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices. And they still manage to get premium fabrics and finishes for that, luxury feeling for every item that they have.
Get cozy in Quince's high-quality wardrobe essentials. Go to quince.com/booktalk for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/booktalk, BOOKTALK, to get free shipping and 365-day returns. That's quince.com/booktalk.
Move your career further, faster in just 2 days with a Harvard Professional and Executive Development Program. Advance your leadership skills, craft smarter business strategies, build your network, and transform how you work and think to keep your career moving forward. You'll earn a certificate and can add Harvard to your resume with Harvard Professional and Executive Development. Learn more at professional.dce.harvard.edu/Spotify.
Quick fourth wing discussion. Thoughts and opinion.
The Cliff Notes version of my thoughts is that it might not be the most groundbreaking in terms of writing style, but it's fun, and I enjoyed it.
So, at the time of recording this, we're recording this the Sunday before I post this, and the day that this comes out is the day that Iron Flame comes out.
Oh, that's right, because it comes out on the 7th.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I will kind of, I don't know if this is controversial or not, but let's do it. Let's get controversial. So Rebecca Yaros did a series of interview questions, and the interviewer asked her, how do you pronounce these words? And she said, oh, well, this is how I pronounce them. They're in Gaelic, and this is how I do it, but you can do it however you want. And then a lot of native speakers join the discussion, and there's a difference between Gaelic and Gaelic. I'm probably not saying that correctly, and I feel really bad, and I'm sorry. But they were like, this is a dying language.
Yeah.
This is a language that they're very proud of. And you're coming in and saying well, you can pronounce it however you want. And she's not pronouncing it correctly. And and it's not even here is a general loose interpretation of this name. And you can see that where the root of it is, she's literally copy and pasting the words in. And people were definitely kind of being a little bit more critical of saying hey, there should be more respect to that.
Yeah.
And they're talking about these American authors who come in and do that. Yeah. And I feel that's it's a valid thing.
Yeah, it is a valid thing. I mean, everybody in the American publishing industry, at least, does it with Greek names, Roman names, Norse mythology. We riff off of that stuff all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're worried about appropriation, quote unquote, but I do find it concerning. If someone went and tried to use Welsh, or SJM has used Welsh, these are dying languages. It is kind of hard to say oh yeah, do whatever you want with it, because they are dying and we should be respectful of them.
I think it's the I can pronounce it however the hell I want attitude.
Yeah.
I mean, I added the hell I want attitude. But I think it's the well, this is how I do it versus no, there's an actual, you're not giving the respect that the language needs.
Yeah.
And I say this having been very thankful that I haven't published a fantasy book, because I know for a fact I've done something similar.
Yeah. It's hard because, if we take it from a different point of view, Rebecca Yaros is probably I don't want to cause angst in my own fan community. And, you know, because we see it all the time in ACOTAR, like, oh, fans telling each other you're not pronouncing it right.
Yeah.
And like being mean to each other about it, right? I'm sure on one hand, she's probably trying to not create shame for those who read her books.
Yeah. Because she definitely sees that.
Right.
For sure.
Right. On the other hand, yeah, you shouldn't be using something if you don't know how to pronounce it.
I think we should just be accepting more of plain names. All right? Let's go back to a Joe Schmo.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
David.
I know it's... Huh?
David.
I know that's not the sexiest name, right? Like, could be like, who did this to you? Muttered David. Like, okay, but you know what? We all know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
I think you said something a little bit to keep going a little bit more with Fourth Wing. I really enjoyed Fourth Wing. I really, really liked it. I think we like mentioned this before in a different episode where it's like, she didn't reinvent the wheel here.
Right.
But she used the tropes and the things that we're familiar with in a really fun way.
Yeah.
That I absolutely loved and adored.
I mean, and what it just shows me is that you don't have to break the mold on anything to be entertaining.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Like her formula and all the elements in it and outputs ends up being unique. That's why we read it. But everyone's done some version of this before.
Yeah.
Right? So but she wrote it in a way that was entertaining.
Agreed. And it helps, I think, for writers. It should take kind of like the burden off.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
Have fun with it. Okay. If you could analyze any book for us, regardless of what's popular, etc., what would you pick?
I recently read V.E. Schwab's The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue.
Oh, yeah. I remember you saying that you liked that a lot.
It's probably my new favorite book on the entire like of everything I've ever read.
Whoa.
And I think it is worthy of analysis.
Wow.
Yep.
I would love to analyze S.B. Nova's Kingdom of Exiles, but I want her to be our friend.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's like we wouldn't criticize it. We would just be interpreting it.
Right.
But I also accept that SJM will never be our friend.
Yeah, that's fair.
I love your podcast, but I have no idea what to listen to every other day. Any suggestions? No, just keep listening to our podcast.
Just go back and listen again.
Yeah.
You should listen to anything by Tandon Productions.
Oh, the shout out.
I just really, really enjoyed his Royal Faken Highness.
It was such a great... I really want to start the Stoner, the King Arthur Stoner one.
Oh, The Sword and the Stoner?
Yeah.
Yeah, her fiction podcasts are just really enjoyable.
Very, very, very enjoyable. Audiobooks.
Yeah.
Just when in doubt, audiobooks. And when in doubt, Taylor Swift is this up and coming artist.
I don't know if you've heard of her.
I don't know if you've heard of her, but I highly recommend it. Threesome with any two SJM. They say men, but I'm going to say characters.
Yeah. Let's not limit ourselves here.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
Okay. Oh, shit. I just realized any SJM character.
Yeah.
Whoa. Why did that blow my mind? Lorcan, for sure. And Daddy Azzy.
Nice.
I went dark both ways.
Yeah, you did.
Like, neither one is there to smile.
No. They're there to brood.
Yeah.
And take out their aggression on you.
Yes, please.
I think... Oh, this is hard. This is so hard. I have many options. I'd probably do Manon and Bryce.
I knew you would. I picked Manon. I knew it'd be Manon.
It would be Manon and Bryce.
Manon and Bryce, for sure.
Yeah.
No Nesta, no Elaine, no more.
I mean, if I could have a third woman, I would add Nesta in there.
Yeah, that's fair.
But...
Okay, let's add a third. I want to add a third as well. Let's pretend that this is an Emily Rath novel.
Okay.
It's a why choose, but with 3 characters. So who's your third?
I already said mine. Nesta.
Who was it again? I like blacked out at the idea
Manon,
of a third.
Nesta, Bryce.
Oh.
It would be freaky and a lot of fun.
I just love that both of us chose very aggressive people.
Yeah, it's true.
Neither of us were like... the one that's just like gentle and nice.
No.
There's no gentle or nice there.
No. So who's your group?
Ah, God. I kind of was leaning Rune Tannin.
Oh yeah,
I want
obviously.
them all troubled.
All troubled.
This is really showing a lot about ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to talk about this in therapy this week. I'm gonna just clip this part of the episode and send it to Esther. Okay.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
This episode is brought to you by Allstate. Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the date of the big game first before you accidentally buy tickets on your 20th wedding anniversary and have to spend the next 20 years of your marriage making up for it. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Northbrook, Illinois.
So I'm going to change it a little bit. What's your favorite AO3 tags and your favorite unhinged AO3 tags? I'm just going to change it to any fan fiction tags.
Okay, tags or tropes or whatever.
Yeah. Because when I was deep in fan fiction, I was on fanfiction.net.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I was into both. Oh, gosh. I can't even recall. Enemies to lovers is a must. Like, always enemies to lovers.
I think, like, hashtag trigger warning was an immediate.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like yes, give me the darkness.
Right? It was like, hashtag emotional trigger. I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Please.
Yeah, I think it was like, I would always like, when I would filter it out, it'd be like, has to be explicit. Has to be kind of fucked up and dark. And because I read a lot more Twilight fan fiction back in the day and Harry Potter fan fiction more recently. And I would always go for very specific characters together. I was not there to explore other characters and dynamics. When you ship, you ship. You do not jump ships.
You don't jump ship.
We do not abandon the ship.
Yeah, I was the same. I mean, you know, in high school reading Harry Potter fan fiction, it was Harry and Draco. Actually, I started with Draco Hermione, and then I moved on to Harry Draco.
Yeah.
And then as an adult, Star Wars, Rey and Kylo. I love, it's got to be explicit.
Yep.
It's got to have, I did like epics where there was a long plot.
Yeah, I needed it to be a minimum of like 50 or 100K words.
Right. Yeah, I wanted something with substance.
Yeah.
Enemies to lovers. I actually didn't mind forced marriage.
Oh.
Because I want to see, like, how do you resolve it?
You say you don't mind it? Yes, please. Like, I was about to say force anything.
Also true.
And I was about to be like, oh no, that's so wrong, Jack. But like, no, literally, I'd be like, oh, forced pregnancy trope, forced marriage,
all of those things.
Why am I surprised that I liked dark romance now, or I got into romance when this was what I was actively looking for as a 14-year-old for Twilight and Yasha and Twilight and
no, I mean the same for me. I also spent a lot of time reading ABO. So
what was ABO?
It is when it's like alternate universe stuff where you have alphas, betas, and omegas. And so you've got forced mating and all that.
Can you explain alpha, beta, omega? Because I always see those and I'm like, okay, so I know the concept of an alpha and a beta and omega. Like you have the top dog, the second dog, and the bottom of the list.
Sure. So it's akin to mates, and it's very problematic because there's a lot of when an alpha finds an omega, there tends to be like forced mating. And if they go into like, what is it called? They go into heat. So it's like animals. They go into heat. And so the omega has to have sex to not feel pain because of the heat that they're in.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of questionable sex that happens.
Oh, this is great. I can't wait to look up more werewolf, specifically alpha, omega. All right, this is giving me more ideas of what I want to read next.
Yeah. I think you'll really enjoy it, to be honest. It's really I love it because it's problematic. Wow. What does that say about me?
It says we're friends for a reason. It's Randall, our friend, Amy's friend, my roommate, my forced friend. He likes to send me Instagram reels of like romance tropes and testing how far that I find it acceptable. He's yet to find one
that you find problematic.
Yeah. I was like,
nice.
Good luck, sir. Okay. This is a 1 out of 2. And then I'll just read the whole thing. If you could live in any SJM universe, what would you pick? And what do you think your role would be in helping the main female character? So here's what's hard. One, I'm not the main female character in this. So
I thought about, I had a story idea recently that's related to this, but keep going.
That was it. I was mad.
Oh, okay. I had a story idea recently that I was like, how could I write the story about the sidekick where they're not the main character and they don't save the day?
Yeah. Okay, so Vampire Academy from back in the day, which is like another great YA series, and I reread that last year and I still love it. The main character is like the bodyguard to the princess. And so I kind of like that because she is the sidekick in many ways. She is the like, I'm your bodyguard. You are going to take over everything. I am here to protect you. That is my life. And it was about her. And I really enjoyed that. And I do like that idea a lot.
Yeah.
So back to the question?
Yeah, can you read the question again so I don't...
Basically, what SJM... Okay, so we're going to enter any SJM universe. Any of them. What role do we play in helping the main female character? So I guess the first question is, who do you... Like, which universe... Like, which main character do you want to assist?
Yeah.
Now, I'm also going to pretend... I'm going to add elements to here. You're going in knowing all the luxuries of this world.
Yeah.
So you're going in today with your full knowledge.
Yeah. I already know my answer. I want to be Nuala and Cara Dwynn's triplet. I want their life. I want to be one of them. Because I get to make food. I get to dress Feyre in pretty things. And I get to spy on people.
And you get all the tea.
I get all the tea.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to be Nuala and Cara Dwynn?
Wow.
It's perfect for me.
That is perfect for you. Spoken like a true Taurus. Okay. I was going to say, so my first instinct was put me somewhere in Throne of Glass because everyone's a main character. And I'm like, don't you fucking make me not be a female main character. But then I was like, no, she's not afraid to kill people there.
Right.
So I also don't want to be in Crescent City World because it's just too much like this, like our world. And I'm like, no, I'm not about that. So that leaves me to the ACOTAR world. And think I would rather help Nesta over Feyre.
Okay.
Because I feel like I could hang with Nesta more. And I also think that by being in the ACOTAR world, there is a good possibility that I do end up as a main character.
It's also true. How are you going to help Nesta?
I will I'll show her how much Cassian means to her by sleeping with him.
Oh my gosh. See, I feel like my Nuala Cara Dwynn wins because
it does.
They help all three of the sisters, so they get to be part of all their stories.
I literally went into this thinking how I can help myself the most. I think you understood the assignment. I think I walked away being more selfish than I expected to be.
But you know what? You got to sleep with Cassian.
You know what? And then I'm going to help Elaine and Gwen next and sleep with Azriel.
Nice.
That's my gift. Just like Moore's gift is the gift of truth, and my gift is
the gift of jealousy?
Vagina. Do you think Rhys's sister is still alive?
No. There are times when we were reading which book? I don't know. Either Mist and Fury or Wings and Ruin, that I had thoughts like, oh, this could be it. But he literally sees his sister's head in a basket.
Yeah, that's pretty dead.
I feel like that's really dead.
That's not Bone Carver mysteriously, his whole body disappears. That's like decapitation dead.
Yeah.
And I feel like no matter what series you're in, zombie, vampire, Decapitation kills them all.
Yeah, I think so too.
Why do you think there is a pool of starlight in the spring court? Could it be a portal? That's a good question.
That's an excellent question.
I know. Because I
have no clue.
What? Huh. Well, now that you say that.
Wow.
That's totally going to come back later.
Yeah, it could like be a gate.
Absolutely.
Interesting. Wow. Asking the hard questions.
Seriously. Here. Do we have an answer? No, but we're going to praise you.
Yeah, good job.
Good job. That's a great question. Yeah, I'm going to say yes. Like, why? Okay, so the basic answer could be, which I refuse to believe in. The basic one is like, it's foreshadowing for Reese, and that's and that is it. I reject that. It's got to be a portal.
I'm going to say it started out as a reflection of Reese, and Sarah J. Maas is going to conveniently remember, like, oh, I could use this.
Yeah.
And make it a portal.
And that makes a good author.
That's right.
Is finding the convenience.
Thank you for listening to this mini episode of Book Talk for Book Talk. We encourage you to rate and subscribe to our show on your preferred podcast listening platform.
We would love to hear your thoughts based on today's conversation. You can submit your comments to our form at booktalkforbooktalk.com or via our Camflare voicemail system. Please visit booktalkforbooktalk.com for more information.
You can also follow us on TikTok or Instagram at the handle Book Talk for Book Talk. Bye! Fall has officially started here in Los Angeles, and that means we finally get to do fall activities.
I have been counting down the days for when I can go to pumpkin patches, maybe even hit up an apple orchard, and I get to do all of it looking super cute in my Quince boyfriend sweater.
This weather is perfect for my dark academia vibes, and I'm so excited to bust out my washable silk blouse because you know I'm going to be taking pictures.
Quince is known for their Mongolian cashmere sweaters from $50. And that's not all. Quince has so many other amazing things on their website.
All of those items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands.
That includes leather jackets, cotton cardigans, soft denim. Like, my entire fall wardrobe is genuinely turning into Quince wardrobe.
By partnering directly with top factories and cutting out the cost of the middleman, we get savings as the customer.
One of my favorite parts about Quince is the fact that they only work with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices. And they still manage to get premium fabrics and finishes for that, luxury feeling for every item that they have.
Get cozy in Quince's high-quality wardrobe essentials. Go to quince.com/booktalk for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/booktalk, BOOKTALK, to get free shipping and 365-day returns. That's quince.com/booktalk.